Hey, it's Tom here. Good news. We're opening up our one-to-one platinum mentoring program when we have 2 spots available right now. So if you're looking for a mentor to give you the guidance, support, accountability, and all of the systems to ensure you're going to make 6 figures in the next 12 months, even if you're a complete beginner, you have no prior experience and you don't have any good technical skills, you want to go to ltsmentor.com. That's ltsmentor.com. You're going to fill in a short application and you're going to book a call so you can speak to myself and the team. So go to ltsmentor.com to apply now.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Launch to Six podcast. You're here with myself, Casper, and Tom.
Hello.
Hey
Tom.
Tom.
Everyone.
Yeah, so today we will be talking about adversity. So this time the roles are reversed. I'm going to be interviewing you, Tom, about adversity in your life. So can you talk to me about
best friends of adversity.
about a time that you experienced adversity in your life?
Yeah, no, for sure. Like I said, I'm best friends with adversity.
Yeah.
I bet it's like an enemy and a friend at the same time. So yeah, I can. So let me just share the beginning story. So when I was obviously, young, I started business at about 18. I started becoming interested in business. I'm 28 now, but I become interested in business at about 18. But again, my household poverty level was at the lowest it can be. A great family, but they didn't believe in entrepreneurship. Obviously, there was no validation around me of successful entrepreneurs. And I didn't know anything about entrepreneurship, so I was blind to it, and I was just working jobs. So I just thought, literally, my mindset was, you just have to have a job, and that's what you have to do. So I was working, standard retail jobs as you do at 18, 19, 20. G&C, which is like a sports supplement shop. Holland and Barrett, which is like a health supplement, and I would work at like a Pret a Manger. Some of you guys will know that it's a coffee shop. So I was working at Marriott hotels on the weekend as well, shining silver. So for me, I was doing everything I could to make some money. But at the time, it was, I was sharing a bedroom with my brother. We had bunk beds. It was tiny. It was cramped, and I never went on holiday. So for me, we were so broke. We never went on holidays. I had to save up for my own holiday when I was like 17, when I went to Barcelona. And it was funny because I saved up some money and I went to Barcelona and I looked up at this hotel, which is actually called a W Hotel. So it's beautiful, it looks like some like ship. It's just
the one on the coast, isn't it? Right on the
beach. It's the one on the Barceloneta coast. Yes, it's very beautiful and it just looks amazing. And I was like, wow, what is that? Because at the time I never thought about doing business. I didn't think it was possible. But after working, jobs for a couple of years, it weighed on me. It wore me down. I didn't like it. I realized I was the worst employee in the world. And I realized I just did not like it. I was against authority. It just wasn't for me. But everyone around me, my parents, everyone was saying, oh, you need a job. There's nothing else. You can't start a business. We're not rich. We're not like these people. Like someone in my family said, oh, we're not rich and famous like these people.
Sure.
And I remember
they were only telling you what they knew.
So exactly.
They didn't know any experiences.
They didn't know any better. Exactly, Casper. Yeah. That is all they knew. And that's what my granddad knew. And then his granddad, it was a generational thing. So then I started going, okay, hang on a minute. So let me, it's what Walt Disney said is observe the masses and do the opposite. But I didn't have a vehicle to go down. So what I did, there was something in me that it just got so bad for me. So I was so down, depressed. I didn't like working. I would just be in a very dark state. I just didn't enjoy it at all. I wasn't happy in the job. And then I think when you hit a place of adversity, a dark, depressing time, you're open. So I was open to a change, and the change so actually come for me was self-development. So I started watching different mentors, confidence, public speaking, how to build good habits, spirituality, all these things that were positive. That was a complete opposite of what my family said. They were like, my dad said, that's like witchcraft. Like he literally did not believe in any of that stuff because, like I said, he was conditioned. That's all he knew. He thought poverty is the only way we live. We can't make money. So I started with self-development, and then that took me down a journey, and then I was open to something else. I never thought about being an entrepreneur. So then an entrepreneur ad appeared about how to get started in real estate. And there was a guy called Preston Ely. Maybe he's listening to this, maybe he's not. If he is, it was incredible.
Shout out to Preston.
Me. Yeah, no, we should interview him. He's amazing. But it was a aha for me, because I went, hang on a minute, you can make money without experience. You don't need any technical skills. You can be a beginner and make money. And it was, a lot of people criticize that stuff. They go,
it almost seemed to directly contradict what everyone else around you believed and had been conditioned to believe.
Exactly. Yeah. It contradicted everything. And also everyone's nowadays go, that's a scam. But that changed my life. I needed someone to say I could work on a beach. I could work my own hours. I could travel. And I bought the program. It was $97 a month. I borrowed my mum's credit card to put it on. I remember a MasterCard credit card from like Marks and Spencer's. I remember the details. And I was sitting on my chair in the dining room on a Dell computer. And I was like, I remember the Dell computers there a long time ago now. Dell was still in business, or are they gone out of business?
No, they're still in business.
They're still in business. It's all Macs now, isn't it? But anyway, so then I had a feeling in me that goes, I literally said to my parents, everything's going to change. Just when I found out about the course, I knew all the adversity, the conditioning, having to work a job, I dropped out of college. I literally lasted a week in college. I had no grades, not because I wasn't smart, because I just it didn't fit for me. And I didn't know there was another way, because school doesn't teach entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship for me, I wanted to do photography and art, and I didn't get enough GCSEs to actually make it in college. So they said to me, oh, this is ironic, actually, you'll laugh at this, Casper, but they said, you're going to have to sit this class, Tom, for 2 years, and then you can do photography. And they said, guess what that class was? Business studies.
Really?
So business studies was almost like the dumb class.
Yeah, I remember that was the reputation when I was at school. People always made fun of people that studied business studies. And I never really understood why, because it's literally like the backbone of the economy.
Exactly. Well, that's a school education system that is just, I think, fundamentally flawed. Something's not, especially if you want to live more freedom and you want to have more of an open state of mind, because closed state of mind is not the individual. I don't blame the individual. I blame the conditioning. The conditioning is just it's like a virus that's stuck in the system. So I had that, and I broke out of that because I was in enough pain to break out of it. And I'll cut the story here, but I remember, so I was learning, I was buying the programs, I was going to the seminars and so forth. And then I was at GNC, and I like to announce things out loud. So I remember I would say to everyone, here's what I'm doing. I was reading the book called The 4-Hour Workweek because I wanted to recondition my mind. I wanted to live that lifestyle by Tim Ferriss. Yeah, it was a great starter book for me. And everyone would be like, what are you doing? I was like, oh, I'm going to quit my job. And obviously, I'm making £6.75 an hour. That was minimum wage at the time in 2012, or whatever it was, $6.80. And they were looking at me like, oh, but really they were like, what an idiot. That's how they really looked. They just didn't say it.
Yeah.
And then one guy walked in, and he would always buy £200 worth of supplements. Clearly he had money. Good looking guy, come in, well dressed, and he would pick up the supplements, know exactly what he wanted, and he would put it on the desk, ready to just buy it. And we would always be excited because we would get some commission from that. And he said, oh, what are you doing? And I said, I'm going to start making money in property investing in real estate. Everyone outside the UK calls it real estate. And then he said, oh, that's easy. You'll make way more money in that.
That's awesome.
And guess what? 6 months later, I quit my job. I'm sitting in a restaurant called Bill's. Some of you guys might know it in the UK. Next to me is that guy. He doesn't recognize me, and I'm overhearing a conversation with a guy opposite him. And the guy says to him, "What are you doing in your life now? You're 31, you're a multi-millionaire, you're retired." He was self-made, and I was like, wow,
It's really inspiring.
that was the difference. And 50 people come in, were all negative. One person, he just, because he was not, because he was better than everyone. There were some people that were really smart, but he had a
He just
knowing.
believed.
He believed it because he was doing it. He said, that's easy. So that was enough for me. Like, for example, people that join mentorships or listening to podcasts or YouTube videos, you only need one person to say something at the right time in your life to shift you. And it shifted me. And I went and I told my manager, Alberto, and he was horrible. He had a split personality. Sometimes he was nice, sometimes he was really nasty. But one time he got really upset at me. He goes, "You're never going to quit your job. You'll never work." And then 2 months later, I handed in my notice. And then the last day as I walked out, he to be fair to him, he actually said, "Tom, I'm actually proud of you. You actually did it." And he asked me for a job a month later.
Wow.
It was honestly, like, when I quit my job, women look at you different. People treat you like you have a glow about you. I just, something is, if you go from adversity to saying you're going to do something and do it, you have a glow about you.
It's confidence, though, to a large extent, because I mean, you believe in yourself. You've proven yourself. You know it works.
Yes,
you've done
and
it.
that's what that guy had. And he went for adversity, and I realized that I was going to be that guy, right? But I was on the journey. I wasn't there yet. I was going through the process. So, and there's many other stories. I'm sure we'll talk about them in the future. But, there's many stories where I've made millions and then I've lost a lot of money. Like with COVID, I probably lost out on about £1 million of opportunity cost with not having any seminars. So there's lots of stories. But at the end of the day, the key is you've got to keep smiling. And you have to move forward. Do not freeze. And that's why I think mentorship is so important. For example, like, you should go to ltsmentor.com and apply for our platinum mentorship. We get a lot of people joining us now just because the information, you might already know it, but it's the environment, isn't it, Casper? It's that I know it's changing your life environments. For me, it changes my life. And I still like to work on my mindset to this day, because it's like a garden. If I leave it, weeds are gonna kill it. Sure. Like, naturally,
you've always got to be working on it.
Naturally, I'm negative. So when I was a kid, and I'll wrap this up now, because I'm like, I can speak for hours. But when I was a kid, there was a show. He was a complainer, and he was always moaning. It was called, I think, Victor Meldrum. There was like a TV show in England in the late 90s, early 2000s. And my parents used to call me that. So I would always be the one that moans and complains. And now people are like, I can't imagine you moaning and complaining. But that's naturally, my mind is very negative. If I stop self-development and getting in good environments, it's just terrible. It's all the way down. So again, what I want to say to everyone listening is, don't look at a finished product of someone. Like, people look at Tony Robbins and say, I like to look at his first video he ever did. I don't want to look at 40 years of work. I want to look
because you want to see the process. You want to see where they've come from and when they've got to. It's like with the gym as well. You don't see results overnight. It's not like you go to the gym one time and you get shredded. No, it's a trajectory. You've got to put yourself on that trajectory. You've got to work at it. You've got to go regularly, and you just follow the formula. You get the results. It's as easy as that, really.
100%. And that's what I want to leave with the guys is, don't, like we said it in the last episode when I was speaking with you, don't wish it was easier, wish you were better. How do you become better at something? You study, you learn, and you have to fall in love with the process. Otherwise, you look at where your time goes. What I did is, when I was working for like 3 jobs, my time was so valuable. I learned, I implemented, and I didn't quit. And that's what I want for everyone listening. So there will be one person that goes on in the next 10 years to become a millionaire. listening to this, because they went, hang on a minute, that's true. And thank God I'm not the only one that has negative people around me. Or you might have a really bad situation going on where, you might have lost someone you love. You might have gone through divorce. It's huge right now with the pandemic. You might have lost your job. It's a good sign. Wayne Dyer used to always say when people lose their job, Wayne Dyer was like a spiritual teacher. He used to say, congratulations, because now you've got an opportunity to do what you really want. It was really, the way he said it was not arrogant. It was very...
It's like the old saying goes that every time a door closes, a window opens.
100%. 100%.
So yeah, there's always new opportunities to look out for. But yeah, Tom, thank you for sharing your experiences. We found it very, very, very valuable, and I hope our viewers have too. But yeah, thanks for listening, guys. It's been great. Hear you in the next one.
So much, guys. Appreciate it.
Really appreciate it. Take care, guys.
Hey guys, it's Tom Ash. We hope you guys have enjoyed the episode as much as we've loved putting it together for you. Please guys, do us a huge favour. Hit that love button, hit that subscribe button, and review us on Apple iTunes. We do read the comments. We want to improve our content and give you guys the best that we've got. Equally, the best comment, guys, we will shout you guys out, and we are giving out free courses. So guys, please come hit that love button, leave us a review, and we'll catch you on the next podcast, guys. All the best. Take care.